Good morning, everybody, and a warm welcome to Panorama special press conference of Viharsarok, Land of Storms, Hungary, Germany. I'm very proud to introduce you the panel. To my far right, Esther Gierfasch, the producer of the film. Next to her, Adam Varga, actor. Andras Schuto, actor. Adam Chashi, the director. And next to me, Sebastian Urzendowski, actor. Adam, it's your debut film. You also wrote the script, which is actually based on true facts. Maybe you can just start by telling us a little bit how you got inspired, how did you find the story, and how did the writing process start?
Szabó Ivánnal írtuk a könyvet. Nagyon fontos megemlíteni a forgatókönyvírót, mert úgy érzem, hogy a forgatókönyvírót
extremely important to say that the script authors are generally somewhat underrepresented. The thing in the storyline which struck me when we first looked into this was, let's put it this way. First of all, what I heard was a note of a crime committed, and the suspicion was that a homosexual motive was behind it all. And the thing which struck me was that the homophobia was so clear, the discrimination really came and saw the day of light. The hell of discrimination became clear. So it's a story that needs to be talked about so as not to happen ever again.
The film has great images, very strong visual concept. So maybe you can tell us something about your preparation on the visual side and your collaboration with the director of photography, Marcel Reff.
Rév Marcel egy fantasztikus operatőr. Hihetetlen volt vele együtt dolgozni.
It was incredible, this cooperation with him. Marcel is somebody who has the ability of really adapting to my wishes the best possible way. And I'm somebody who receives that very well, and I'm happy to give much input. The visual concept as such was that we used as much minimalism as possible, perfect minimalism, using only those elements that were absolutely necessary for telling the story. I believe that the visual power of a film actually lies in having as little as possible.
Adam, you brought us some actors along, Andras, Adam and Sebastian. So the question first to you as the director, how did the casting go? And then maybe each of the actors can just briefly make a statement how it was working with Adam and preparing for the roles.
Hát akkor én kezdeném. Egy nagyon-nagyon intenzív.
Well, perhaps I would start.
Előzte meg a forgatást.
First of all, we had a really intensive period of rehearsals before shooting, and working with Adam was fantastic. He's excellent at leading actors along. He's also somebody who was extremely detailed in the preparation that we got before shooting started. Well, you asked about casting. That started a year in advance, and even in the months before shooting the film, we started working together, rehearsing a lot. And Adam, for example, he sent me out into the puszta, out into a farm there, so I could sort of really absorb the feeling of that atmosphere. Because the role I play is somebody who lives there, who knows it, but I didn't grow up there, so I had to sort of train myself to feel the ambience. But I think he was an excellent director for instructing us.
As you can see, I don't speak any Hungarian, so it was quite funny for me working in Hungary, and it was always a triangle between English and German. And with Shitty we spoke German, with Adam I spoke basically English, and then it always went round, and it was quite funny. It was a good experience, and I loved the fact that we had 1 week of very good rehearsals that were necessary to get to know each other, especially because it's all very physical, so that was very helpful.
Esther, you produced the movie?
Yes.
It's a debut, let's say not an easy topic. We heard about the, let's say, difficult times recently in Hungary, especially political, so maybe you can just tell us something about the whole process, and if you've encountered any problems due to the subject matter.
Yes, I produced a film together with Victoria Petrányi, who's also here. Yeah, I think generally Hungary is this topic is relevant in Hungary, but not only today. This has been a problem for a while, an issue. And I hope that gradually we will be able to step on and walk towards a more accepting and more tolerant society. We thought it's very important that this film gets made, and not only because it's a very important subject matter, but also because it's a great story, a beautiful, very emotional story, and also we really wanted to make Adam's first film because we thought that he's a very talented writer and director. It was also difficult because while we were developing this film, for a while we didn't have any film support in Hungary. But then we had a new film fund set up in 2010, and I have to say that it was great that this was one of the first projects that got state funding.
The film is also co-production with Germany. So first a question, how did you get Germany on board? And of course, having the topic in mind, sorry, but I just have to ask you the question, as you probably followed the news, we had this big coming out of the German soccer player, Thomas Hitzelsberger. So Esther, Adam, was there any research? Did you talk to soccer players? How was that whole world for both of you?
Yeah, actually, I think there was already one German soccer player who came out before, while Adam was writing the script. We were very happy for that as well, and that this new coming out came when our participation in Panorama was announced. So it was a beautiful coincidence. We're still waiting for any Hungarian football players to come out. It hasn't happened, unfortunately. Yes, we have a German co-producer, Una Film, Titus Kreienberg. He really loved the script, and we were very happy that he wanted to participate. So he jumped on board.
Csak annyit szeretnék hozzátenni, hogy azt gondolom, hogy a másságról mindig és mindenhol folyamatosan
I have to say that this being different is something which needs to be talked about all the time, otherwise nobody can understand it. This is something which refers to the fact that the German footballer had his coming out, and I think the very fact he did that is proof for the fact that one needs permanent social dialogue about that subject. I think we need to always discuss it, talk about it, and I think it is the duty of art to keep these subjects alive, to keep them a matter for talk.
Gibt es Fragen? Any questions? Yeah, you can. English is fine.
Okay. So, as far as I know, your lead actors didn't have a previous film experience, or they weren't in feature films before this film. So, was it a conscious decision on your part originally that you wanted kind of newcomers, new faces, or did that just happen by accident?
Nem, ez egy tudatos döntés volt. Én nem színészeket kerestem, hanem igazi embereket.
Can you please?
Sorry, could you repeat the question?
The translator didn't hear
the answer.
The answer. Adam? Can you repeat the answer, please?
Azt mondom, hogy teljesen tudatos döntés volt.
What I said was, it was very much a conscious decision. I didn't look for actors, I looked it for people.
Good morning, I'm Harry from African News. I saw the film and I think it's very, very important, this film, because it speaks about the young man in the football team where everybody tries to hide their sexuality, because in the women's football, you don't find this, you know it. They show it, but the boys, they don't show it anymore. And I was struck by this boy who has to go back home and then, let's say at the end, dies because of a reason of love. This was not only friendship, it was also love. So I wanted to know from you, when you started to write this script, did you put this love story more than what was the social problem? Because the social problem was like something surrounding these young boys. It was more like something that we don't see around in town, you know.
Nem pontosan értem, hogy mire vonatkozik a kérdés.
I don't quite understand what you're getting at with your question.
Hogy mi volt a fontosabb, a szerelem vagy a szociális probléma?
Oh, what was really important, the love story or the social problems? Is that what you're getting
at? You started the film with there was a bit of violence in between the boys, that the trainer was so hard, but then love comes out, you know, because he goes to meet him in Romania or in Hungary, and there was a love story, and then there was another love story with another guy. So he decided for the love story and not for the career. This is what did you put the film in this way to show that there is also love between two boys and not only between boys and girls? And this is what I wanted to know.
Igen, ezt szerettük volna megmutatni.
What did you say? Sorry.
Azt mondtam, hogy igen, ezt szerettük volna megmutatni.
I would say that's exactly what we wanted to show. And I actually think that it's what this film is about. But if your question means more that whether we wanted to show that two boys are able to love each other, yes, exactly, that's what we wanted to portray.
Okay, there's one more question there.
Yes, I'm Marta Orosz from Hungarian Radio, and I would like to ask you, why is it easier for the character of Szabi to live with this, to maybe accept that he's beaten up all the time, but he's not so stressed out. He knows that this is not a wrong thing. Does this have to do with the thing that he used to be somewhere else? He had a different background or a biography? This is my first question. And the second question is, do you think if this whole thing happens in another village somewhere else in the world, does this end the same way?
A második kérdésre válaszolva,
Well, to answer this question, I think the acceptance of being different is something which is an eternal human problem. It would be an illusion to assume that tolerance simply has different nuances. There either is tolerance or there isn't. And as far as your first question is concerned, as an answer, I would perhaps say that the fact you can go out of your own environment and see the world is something which will definitely make being different easier and make it easier to accept it. And that's exactly what it's all about with the main actor. Aaron, the other protagonist, is somebody who comes from a completely different background, and the value system of this background is an extremely closed system. There is no thinking about how to process what is happening. He has no idea how to deal with it.
Okay, thanks a lot. Köszönöm. Oh, no, there's one more. No.
Malte Göbel, freelance journalist from Berlin. I have two questions. One question is, what impact will this film have in Hungary? In how many theaters will it be shown? Second question is about the production process of the film. Because I imagine you shot it in a village, in a rural village somewhere in Hungary. How did people there react when they found out that it's a film, not a song, about gay love?
A második kérdésre szeretnék először válaszolni.
First of all, let me answer the second question. When we actually had the shooting of the film, people didn't know what the film was all about. So we weren't sort of exposed to any attacks or atrocities or anything like that. I don't know if people had known what would have happened. And your first question, how this film is received in Hungary? Well, sadly, I can't really say anything about that yet. I really have no answer. I mean, I'm the director of this film, and genuinely, I cannot tell you whether the audience is going to accept the film or not. But this is not my job, really. I hope it's going to be well received. And I also hope that it's going to kickstart a more relevant dialogue within society about this subject.
Esther, can you maybe follow up? Is it Hungarian distribution? I know you have world sales.
Yes, the movie is going to open in Hungary on the 27th of March. It's going to be distributed by Circo Film. We don't know exactly on how many screens it's going to start, and we very sincerely hope that such an important issue or society or sociological issue through a very powerful emotional story can reach people and thus start a conversation. The film has already been sold to 5 territories. It's sold by M-Appeal. It's been sold to the US, the UK, France, Germany, and Poland.
Bothered by the fact that the characters were always talking in very short, very flat sentences, which makes sense, but even in those scenes when there was a big conflict or something between the characters, you kept this stylistic element, or I don't know what to call it. Could you explain a little bit why you chose to write the dialogue and present it this way?
Azt gondolom, hogy a tettek sokkal kifejezőbbek, mint a szavak.
Well, I think actions speak much louder than words do. So we are not determined by what we say, it's more what we do that makes us.
You're answering the way you write your dialogues.
Yeah, that was the concept.
Köszönöm, thanks a lot to the team of Viharsarok, Land of Storms, Panorama Special. Thank you, good luck for the premiere tonight. Köszönöm.
Thank you.